Welcome back to the Death Means Dialogue Entertainment Network. This is The Depths of Felthan, Season 2, Episode 7, A Dark Mantle, Part A.
So I was really concerned I wasn't going to be able to find any of my stuff, and it was literally sitting right in front of me. I was like, I said to Kayla, I said, let me see if I can find it. And I walked across the room and went, found it.
I
forgot your tablecloth.
That's right. I don't have market
It's buried in my closet somewhere.
I got a market, I think, on the 24th. My, by the way, if you guys haven't seen Instagram, my book is in.
I
So
did see that.
Selling
That's
my book.
exciting.
Oh,
How
hell
much?
yeah.
How much?
$20 a copy.
Okay.
And if you know me, I'm going to waive the $5 to put a personal message
Do I
signature on the
have
inside.
to order specifically, or can I just
You can
request one?
You can talk to me
Because
directly.
I have nieces who would probably enjoy books,
Mhm.
and Christmas is here. So why not? Right?
Yep, I have 58
my
copies
club
left.
shirt.
That's why I was hoping you're going to go there with your shirt on, because I went there. Literally an hour
They
before
didn't
you
want
did.
my blood.
I know.
They
You
would have
put
been
your
like,
blood.
wait, did we just see?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Yeah.
that's not right.
So everybody's got a shirt now except for Nick. Nick still needs his.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have one large left, which is going to our second patron in Halifax, which is awesome.
You need a character sheet, Heidi?
And my mom's actually going to become a patron soon, too.
I kind of want to put it in my book so I can have everything like in a thing together. Because every week I write down a new sheet, and every week it doesn't come back
Lose
to
it.
me. That's where I'm at in life, so I'm gonna try a binder.
Also, I don't remember what this potion was, but
Ooh.
I'm wearing it.
You're wearing
You
it?
still got
No,
candy in there?
no, it's-
Oh
yeah,
my god, you
it's
still
like
have.
I ate
That's
mine
from like
still.
that's from Christmas last year. I
Look at
think.
the gold coins. This is my hoard. Don't
Good
worry
thing.
about it.
Good thing chocolate doesn't go bad for a long time.
I'm never gonna eat them.
Oh my
Keep
god,
them
there you go.
Putting silver coins and
This
everything.
This is my hoard. This is my I am smog, and
Speaking
this is
of
my
Christmas, I need to know y'all's favorite colors.
Yellow.
green.
That was given.
You know that. You
Like
know
an
that.
emerald green, right?
Yeah.
What kind of yellow, Kale?
Bat yellow.
Sunshine.
Just bright as
Dandelion
fuck yellow.
yellow.
As bright
That's
as you
it.
can get. Sunshine yellow works for me.
That's the color I painted my front door.
It was yellow as that pencil.
I have some concerns
I do
why,
I
but
like yellow.
orange, purple, or pink, take your choice.
Why not? All three.
All
That's
three.
very
Fucking
good
be a
for
rainbow
stuff.
for all I give a
Let's
shit.
not limit ourselves here.
That's very liberal. It is
I also
possible.
have 2 marbles, and I don't remember what they're for. One of them is Heidi's, I think. Because then Kale gave me.
You have
Those are the godstones.
No. That big
No.
sphere is the one that detects the godstones. That little marble, I don't know what that is for.
So I think this was the original.
don't know
and
what
then
it's
he gave
for.
me this
Yeah,
one, and I
maybe
just
that's
kept
what it
this
was.
one, and
And
it's
that's-
Heidi's.
you still got your
Whatever.
Blue.
I have
Navy
everything.
or light blue.
Nice.
This
I
kind
have
of blue. Sea
everything.
blue, sky blue.
I still have
Oh, fantastic!
the blue
Amazing.
salt.
Good, good. I love
Slightly
that's
dark
fantastic.
blue.
I love what she did with the book, man.
I
It's amazing.
have everything in my little
Sheena
book.
is secret cosplay queen.
I painted mine with glitter and it all just flaked off over time.
Oh yeah.
My buckle did.
By the way, Sheena, our first ever
Yeah.
2
good
minutes.
comment. Now that we had our first ever comment, I should say, was about you,
Oh God!
and he
How loud I
said
am?
he said he loved he said he loved the episode First Meat Then Murder, where you made Erlon eat the meat, and then you guys murdered that guy, and that he loved that episode. The whole part with the food, he loved it. That was a highlight of
Show
that.
me. Look at that.
But he's on like episode 16 already in season 1. Man, he's
Who is
cooking
this?
through it. His name is Darren Henshaw.
Shout out to Darren.
That's right, and Neil. we
And
can't
Neil,
forget
obviously. It's
Yep.
been a hot minute, but
It has
shout
been.
out to Neil.
All right, so yeah, probably go time will be very shortly.
We're
Riley's
still waiting
gonna-
for somebody?
Yeah, Riley's gonna be here.
He
Oh, I
forgot his
don't-
phone in
Riley,
Greenwich.
I don't think.
This has been the biggest crew we've had in
I don't think I've
quite a
ever
while.
seen
Skinny guy with long
It
hair.
has been. We got a
He's
crew
a
again.
riot.
This
I heard
is
about
this
him.
is what it.
He's a
He ruins my accents. Because he says he's got a really heavy Newfie accent. And fucking, I just kind of roll into it.
it sucks you in. For sure.
Trying to do a
Nani's here.
friggin'
Does that mean Geillis will
Korean
make an
accent or
appearance this
stuff like
evening?
that. Nope.
Never know.
Suddenly Newfoundlander.
I have broken Nani.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, I chipped some of the paint off.
Oh, that's not. So that can be repaired.
Could be it.
I'm gonna need a Beardo. Who am I gonna use for
You want a dragon?
Beardo's a barbarian.
Beardo?
What about this?
That'll work.
It's a female, but
Whatever, fuck,
it's,
it works.
it is what it
Like
is. If that's a
Or
barbarian.
you could have a dragon Beardo.
Hey, a dragon Beardo? He's
And,
got some nice
We're
minis.
just gonna use that one until I actually get minis for my characters.
Okay. Well, I think we got choices for you.
Because I gotta get a centaur for the other for DOF. So, of course, the moment I get a figure, right, he's gonna die.
That's the way it goes.
What's Beardo's weapon?
What do I use? Great axe and javelins. Or sorry, magic staffs.
Listening to us, is it?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Oh no, it was just my gambling app reminding me I'm playing today.
Remember, Beardo.
You're gambling. Is this what you're doing now?
My midlife crisis.
Nice, I like it. It's good.
Actually, yeah, that works good.
Yeah, have it.
He doesn't have a shield, but you know,
Yeah, well, flavor.
Yeah.
You can have
his
one.
magic hat, his
It's a book.
his book. That's the book.
That's a draconic
That's
book.
upside
It
down
looks
and
like a shield.
backwards.
Yes. You're still teaching me fucking how to read it.
Yeah, because you still can't read.
No.
Oh, day after day.
I really failed those rolls.
That's what makes it fun though. When you get bad rolls and you have to try to figure out where you
I
want
had
to
a
be stupid.
hilarious idea. If we ever have to fight automatons, just use Lego people.
What's the very large bush dog's name? Ben.
Ben.
Ben?
That's why I see
He knows
that was Heidi's
need
idea.
to
All
show
the
my
minis, it's
husband.
like it's
Beans?
perfect.
I don't think it was.
Stinky
mine.
farts?
It was your idea.
was.
It was
Wow.
your
So
idea.
is he the dog of many names?
He's got
Mine
lots of nicknames.
Did you build it?
started as
Nice.
I'm impressed.
You want to see something
Eloise
really cool?
and ended as
Oh,
Pony.
it comes apart. So don't store it.
I need
You don't
to.
have to take it all apart. I trust it.
I need
Oh,
to
so you
show
can
my
like go
husband.
down.
That's
the
right.
massive
You
dog.
go down with the ship.
We're all currently in the bottom of said ship. Look at that big boy.
How old is he?
Who goes there?
It's a Riley.
180 pounds. Big boy. Why are you in a rush? You're already here.
You
Good, buddy.
can
Slow down.
literally never
Take it
be
easy.
too rushed to pet the horse dog.
You will make sure
Yeah.
you pet the
I'm
horse
so
dog.
excited.
If you don't pet the horse dog will pet you.
Usually one of the first things I do when I get home is I pet my horse.
Have you two met?
No.
I have not. Hello.
This is Riley.
I'm Riley.
Hello.
This is Sheena.
Nice to meet
Sheena
you.
is one of our OGs, okay?
Hello.
She was here when DOF started, when we started the podcast.
He's making me
She
sound
was
real
here.
good. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, she's great. She's
It's
great. She
chaos.
doesn't know it's true. She doesn't know what she's doing, though.
So
But she's
we're just-
great.
I am-
That's part of
I
the
am-
charm.
I am chaotic good,
Just plug it into your phone.
both my character and myself.
My phone don't plug into that shit.
You have to plug into to that.
No.
No, mine's
new
a new
phones don't
age.
have 2.5
We don't have that.
Oh.
But it's okay. I have the dual mic system rocking and rolling right now. That's rolling perfectly.
Sweet.
There you go. Keep it in mind, though, in case we do something else. Absolutely. We know we have access to that tech.
Did you remember your phone?
Yeah, I did.
Whoa, my
If it wasn't so important to the fact that it has all my character information,
Right.
I would have just gone without.
Is your cat friendly? Can I pet it?
If she'll let you near her, yeah.
Questionable.
I mean,
I take my life into my own hands.
Oh no, she won't. She won't claw. I just don't know if she'll let you get close enough.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, okay. So it's like baby cat.
Baby
Well,
cat
she's
likes people now.
5 as well.
Baby
but-
cat gets on George's lap.
I get loafed on every time I go over there.
Really?
Where is she?
She's
On the
there on the
rail.
railing. I wasn't sure if that was actually the cat. I thought it was a stuffed animal for a second. I was like, it was there a second.
The weird thing is, like,
He's like, no, man.
All the-
I mean, I won't force
The-
myself on the cat.
the animals just love
Yes, you
me,
will.
which is
You know
weird.
No, I won't. I never did with your cat. Your cat.
My cats just love you.
accepted your cats as they were.
Here's the question:
This is the
though.
flu for cat.
Who do the cats love more, me or
Oh.
Gina?
What?
Who do the cats love more, me or Gina?
George, you're like a Disney princess. We've established this already.
I know, and it's weird. And
He just sits down and they come to him.
Aw.
it's like, yes, come to me, animals. Probably because I admit like good vibes. Like love animals.
I mean, animals generally like me too, but I don't ever make things happen. I don't like people, so I'm totally okay with animals that don't like people. You know what I'm saying?
Cats,
Like
I'll tolerate it.
I-
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just because I'm squeezing her.
you son of a bitch.
I'm level 4.
That
You're level 4?
Yeah, I'm level 4, I'm pretty sure.
I'm the level
Okay.
3.
So 3, 4, 5. What level are you
Give
over
him
there?
the dice of inspiration.
Nani?
Yeah,
It's
Nani.
fine.
Barbarian.
She's 5.
Oh, you're not.
She's 5.
Nice.
Okay,
She's
good.
9.
She is the one and the only.
I've heard so
right,
much
yeah.
about you, Nani.
That's terrifying.
Mostly good things.
Was that
I love that.
George.
Just be afraid all the time.
You,
Will she feed you or will
Here's
she
the
kill
thing.
you? We don't know.
I don't even know. That's
Which-
what makes it fun. It's a surprise for
I'm playing
all of us.
Salazar tonight, I think. Are we starting
Salazar.
Salazar or Bertha?
Salazar.
Salazar?
No Bertha on this particular episode. Guys, I've been excited ever since I've been talking to Sheena, like for 2 weeks now, about this.
2 weeks and nobody told me.
Oh, it was a surprise to George, you, and
He was like, "Don't tell anyone." I'm like,
in the room right now we
Heidi
have
doesn't
4
ask me anything
OGs.
or put anything.
George, 3 OGs. George, Sheena, and myself. We were here at the beginning of the Depths of Felthan. Shortly after that, Heidi came in. I think episode 6.
Sure.
She
It
came
was
in.
close, yeah.
Yeah, episode 6. I think the name was actually titled Geillis. So we have a couple of old players at the table, and I'm extremely excited.
And we
I
have a
built
ship.
And a
this
ship.
cardboard ship, the Nariles Mist. It also doubles as the dust wreck for my daughter's campaign.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Oh, yeah, especially you don't know where they left off last time.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
But so let me introduce everybody because this is awesome. I'm so excited. On my left, we have Riley playing Salazar. We have Heidi over here playing Lex. We have George at the back playing several characters, but today he's going to be playing Tanith, his most famous character, Tanith, one of my favorites. This version of Tanith is my favorite version of Tanith.
You big boy.
That's right, he is. And it's with great excitement that I get to introduce back to the game, Depths of Felthan, the Queen of Saffron herself, Sheena.
It's me.
And our newest player over here, we have, oh my god, names. I got 5, 6 people at the table now. I can't even remember my own name either. Scott. Goddamn, I'm like, it's not Beardo. His name isn't Beardo. It's not Beardo. It's Scott.
Technically it
Scott.
is.
And this is Scott's place. He's hosting this wonderful game tonight. And let's get into it, guys. I'm going to recap. The last episode was named Leximus. We had a lot of awkward back and forth between Deximus and Lex. Yeah, it was awkward for him, coming from a character perspective.
Oh, that's like Brangelina.
Right, what does Brangelina does?
It was cool how it came about too. It was wicked.
No,
But
I do not. No.
then shortly after that, you guys fixed the crates and the barrels and the netting down in the lower decks of the ship, protecting most of the supplies from getting destroyed, but not enough where it's not going to have to force you to stop somewhere before you get to the tailings. However, at the end of the episode, a large whale, imagine a humpback whale, almost twice as big as the ship, rolling up next to it, and it's dead. Clearly dead and decaying. It's got holes in the side of it. Its eyes are pale and not functioning, and its mouth, where the jaw was, is no longer there, and it's just a mass of seaweed and driftwood and all pieces of ship and all this. You can even see some skeletons if anybody really looked hard enough. But that's what happens. And the ship collided with each other. And as you guys looked on and seen that this ship, this boat, this Hulk of death was crawling with goblins. The same goblins you guys seen a few weeks ago on at Brell's Foot. Those terrible glass green golems that were pretty bad and got Lex very sick for a while. And as the horde of goblins swing over and jump over and start climbing the decks of your ship to get to the top, a pair of goblins come out of the top where the blowhole is. One of them wearing a red cape, the other one dressed in yellow.
Is this whale like a goblin spy ship or something? Like a submarine?
Yeah,
Spy
there you go.
submarine.
Yeah. I think someone called it.
What's happening?
I think George called it that last episode too. You called it a goblin submarine or something. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And they come out from the top, and the one with the red cape thrusts a dagger in the air and screams out, That was shield! And that's where we broke. So I will get you guys to start off episode 7, A Dark Mantle, to think about another player, another character, alone in the dark, within the necropolis called Hell, a domain governed by the god of death, Keldron himself. And there's this peculiar Gothic house positioned outside of one of the main city-going areas. And inside this house, it's up on the 3rd floor. You hear a noise, this light clicking. As we come in from the hallway, we peek inside where there's candles lit everywhere, but it just does not seem to defeat the darkness. The darkness is always penetrating. There's a rocking chair. In this rocking chair, you see an elf. Long, brown hair. You may recognize her, know her as Geillis. As she sits there knitting in the quiet, you would say, the dark, a rush of wind comes through one of the open windows and rushes inside, blowing all the candles out at once. But in the darkness, Geillis, you can still see. You watch as, on the wind, and just before it blew out the candles, you could see that within the wind there were leaves and flower petals as they swing around the room. You can feel the wind. It's not cold. It's a warm, comforting wind. And with your dark vision, I think you have dark vision. Anyway, it's
yes, 60 feet.
Perfect. Okay, I thought so. You see within this wind the leaves and the petals, and they come to swoop inside the room, twirl around you once, and then leave the room again. And then the breeze dies away.
I'm getting the Alzheimer's down here.
Take a minute to get in character if you need to. Think about something.
No, I mean, she's getting the Alzheimer's thinking that the leaves of home are coming.
Oh.
I don't know. I have no idea. That was strange. Donnie. You see those leaves?
He's not there.
I was like, what would I do? I'm gonna get up and kind of go the direction that the wind came from.
Alright, it seems to blow out into the hallway. Because you hesitated, unfortunately, it left the room. And as you walk out there, you look back and forth. Roll perception for me. There we go.
That was a lot of work for. No, it wasn't in the tray.
That's right. It's not bad. DC 10.
Yeah, it's 13 plus
13?
something.
There you
Yeah.
go. As you look around up and down the hallway, perhaps you
It was an
see.
18, if that makes any difference.
Oh, yeah, good enough. Absolutely. Then you see on the door, not on the door. You see on the floor a scattering of these petals and leaves. The door leads to a room occupied by Orin, your son.
Forgot I named him
I did too. I was like,
I was like,
I don't
who?
remember Orin. I don't remember anything.
that.
I was wrong. Wait.
It's been so long. If he's in there,
Presumably.
you just said a room occupied by him.
Normally, that's where he
Oh.
sleeps. Yeah.
It says his name on the door.
Yeah.
Scratched in draconic or something.
Mm.
Learning.
That's my stink.
What?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
What are you doing?
Oh, shit, I had kids. There's 2 of them actually.
Here
I had twins.
Here I am chasing leaves. I just want to check on my children.
I don't even remember. It was Orin and
Amnavar.
Did I pick
Is
that?
that a
Pick
true
that.
story?
Yeah, true story. You
I
were
don't remember
there.
that.
You delivered them.
You didn't let me name them, did you?
You
George
did.
is not last night.
Nice.
Oh my.
Hello, handsome boy.
Oh yes, the Hellhound has arrived.
Yes, they
There
have.
you go.
I'm gonna look for my child.
Of course. You open the
I'll
door.
look for him.
You open the door.
Oh, the door wasn't even open. I'm sorry. I'm like
Yeah, no worries.
You sure?
We'll get back in the groove. We just
No, they did not take my blood.
Did take a break?
What?
continue.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna knock on the door.
You
Open it as right after knocking.
that's the perfect
In
mother
typical
thing to
mom-
do.
typical mom
Absolutely,
fashion.
I like that. Door opens and you can see on the bed your boy Oren is there, but he's not a boy. He is now a full-grown man, beard, everything.
How long has it been?
For you, I think it's only been maybe about 11 years now.
Is time different down here?
You don't know.
Clearly,
you haven't
you're
left.
You're adult.
You've only
Because
been
it hasn't been 11 years up there.
It hasn't. So outside of the game, yes.
Time is
Mathematically,
different.
time is different here.
And they are gods.
I was gonna say you got like demigod children or something.
Yeah,
So
the gods.
no big deal.
There you go.
Is he alive? Awake? What's he doing?
Is he
Well-
alive? That's my dead son in his room.
What you see. Hold on a second here, guys.
I love it. Just give it a pause. We
I
don't
forgot
know.
he existed. So
Yeah, that's all
he
right.
could be dead.
Deadbeat mother.
That's good.
What?
Deadbeat mother. That he exists.
Hey.
You can see him laying there. You can see him laying there.
Is he handsome? What does he look like?
He's your son.
I need to know what my son looks like. It's been 11 years.
Let's see.
Not like that.
He's
Not like
gonna have
that.
He's like,
a
no.
Look at her.
long flowing beard, like I'm telling you, all the way down to his chest, like something out of it's like
Santa
Malmoa,
Claus?
Momoa. What's his name?
Jason Momoa.
That guy.
We know him.
With the beard. In
Your
the,
son
in the
looks like
wa-
Jason
when,
Momoa?
When he's the Aquaman, I think. But I'm not keen on
Yeah,
the
like
stuff. Anyway,
sea
he's got that
captain,
giant.
almost wizard
You
level
see,
look.
but it's all flowing and nice and deep and rich. It's this nut brown like you would see on the side of an oak or a pine cone on the ground.
My son looks like a pine cone. Thank you.
His eyes.
A very
Hedgehog.
sexy pine cone.
His eyes are green as any grass would be.
I kind of meant more like, does he look like his father?
We don't remember
No,
what he looks like.
Well,
He was
perhaps there's a likeness, but he has his own distinct
Yeah, nothing.
features. But
Okay.
you know what?
I'll go over
I'll tell
and
you
give
what.
him-
I tell you what. Let's leave it to the dice. That's something we can put on the dice.
Nope, your
Absolutely.
son
There
is
we go.
ugly as
You know
fuck.
what? You roll it. Roll percentile. What am I doing?
Yeah,
He's flipping
make
through
her
my
do the
apps.
work.
Let's see how much he looks like his father.
What?
36%.
There's a definite resemblance. Definite
How
resemblance.
much does he look like his mother?
Minute. Enough.
60%. So that's
That
pretty.
actually that works out pretty cool.
Ow!
I like that. I like
I'm
that.
getting tail whipped. Not in a sexy way. I'll go over and shake his leg. Pick
Okay.
him up.
well-
Put him to sleep.
As you approach, as you walk in, what you can see is that these leaves and petals are like swirling around him, and as you kind of walk in, he wakes up. His head looks up, and he sees what's around him, and he stands up. He tries to brush it off at first, and then he kind of stands still. What do you do? That's what you say. That's what you see as you walk in.
What are you doing, boy?
He looks at himself. He shakes his head, and he says, "Amya, I do not know." And his hands seem to cross on his chest, and he's got this strange look on his face, like he doesn't know what's happening. But these vines, or these leaves, and these flowers become thicker and thicker and thicker around him, and eventually cover his entire body in this round, oval shape that seems to float there, a few inches off the ground.
Well, that's odd.
I did the cocoon face.
Indeed,
Dice of inspiration, George.
he will come out a beautiful,
Seriously.
beautiful
I've got
butterfly.
like 5.
You could share them.
Okay, you're gonna have to give it to someone else then.
He
There
needs
you
it.
go.
I do, apparently. Just start trying to pull it away from him. Who would be my housemates? Who is with me down here?
Actually, it's just you and him. Generally, you don't see your daughter very much. She's very
She's a problem, you know that. Problem child.
and it's basically
Some
just
of
you
us
guys.
would argue she's the fun one.
Occasionally, you guys have a skeleton drop by asking if
I
Ron is
forgot we're
going
in
to
hell. There's
return,
nobody around.
and that strange lich comes by. He never does. He doesn't trust you. You just don't get the feeling that he trusts you. But he keeps coming around every now and then to check and see if Nani's in. But
What was the god's name that was down here with us?
Keldrin.
This would call her out for him. Be like, yo, man, we need some help.
But in a beautiful Gaelic accent.
Of course. And so, do you go up and touch it though?
Yeah,
Okay,
try to like
so
pull it from him.
when you touch it, you call out those words. Roll insight for me with advantage, please.
Alright, I got all prepped for the wrong character.
No worries.
Oh, 15 was eyes.
15 is all right. You notice that it's very similar to something you've seen a lot in the wild. Very similar to a cocoon, to a chrysalis.
He's not going to turn into a butterfly.
That would be a beautiful butterfly.
Yes.
Bugs Life.
And
I don't know.
then roll perception for me.
I did 18.
18. You feel a chill at your back and on your shoulders. Did you shut the door?
No.
Okay.
I turn and look over my shoulder.
It's Amnavar. You see her skin has gotten more pale, but other than that, she seems also grown much more than she had before.
Let's see how much she looks like me. The resemblance of my children. That's 19.
That's, 19. She's got her own distinct figures.
46. She looks a little more like her dad.
There you go.
So is she like big titty goth GF or what? Good
Oh,
question.
Cheers, George.
I think Tam
I'm not gonna
smash your
change.
daughter.
And that's okay.
Okay, what is she doing? Is she causing this, do we think?
She looks...
She
And
looks
she sees it?
frightened. She like,
she-
my plan is working. Like,
doesn't really show much emotion these days.
no.
And she looks at it and she says it's a cocoon. Yeah.
What does it mean?
Well, I don't know. All as I can say is he's changing. Like I am changing.
I mean, you are changing. Look her up and
She
down.
just kind of shrugs.
Child, this is not the time to be tight-lipped.
She says, "What? Perhaps it's like any cocoon or something. We just have to give it time. There's nothing we can do about just now. I wouldn't want to stop it anyway. There's always a reason for something. There's always a reason. There's a reason for this as well.
Did you get so wise beyond your years?
I've grown much under the tutelage of Keltrin.
Where is he now? Maybe he can explain this.
So I suppose we could go see him.
Can you run and get him quickly, please?
We have to go to him.
Fine.
She kind of looks off to the side and then says, "Okay, follow me."
I just have to leave him there. He's all cocooned. Is he completely encapsulated now?
Completely.
Alright, I'll follow him there.
As you guys begin to walk to the stairs, she gestures her hand in front of her, and what you see is a line in the fabric of reality split open into this black wispiness as she walks through.
Follow her through.
And you follow through. You go into this room, and as soon as you go into this room, it's bright. There's light everywhere, and as you look about, you can see this large orb hanging in the air, hanging there. It's emanating this yellow, orange light, not as bright or as orange as our sun, more on the yellow side, and glimpses of white as well that kind of streak through it. What you can see is from out into the darkness, different colors of and different variations of white to yellow to the other color I said, orange, are kind of winding down and twisting around with each other from all different directions, but only from above. And they seem to be coming down and collecting into this orb. Down below, you can see a kind of like a pedestal, but it goes up several steps in a large circle. Keep going up and up and up, and it goes up into the air about 50 feet. And up there you see a chair, a throne, made directly from the stone that it's been built upon. And in that throne you can see Keldrin. You recognize him. Roll perception if you want to see anything in more detail.
Nat 20.
Natural 20, okay. So you can also see that that big orb, as the light is coming down into it, equal portions of light. Maybe with a natural 20, roll it again. Just want to see it's more of a...
17.
17, okay. So what you see at the bottom of it, more light coming down and kind of streaming down towards the chair. And similar light that came from above, but you can also see that it comes down and settles somewhere onto the chair. But it gets dimmer and dimmer and dimmer before it gets to the chair. It almost looks like it's not there anymore. And then you can see this man. You can see Keldrin. His hair is bleach white. Any facial hair he has is also bleach white, and the beard goes down, almost down. If he were to stand up, it would be down to his knees. You can see his hands. They're just skin and bones. It doesn't look like there's any other flesh within this man, and he looks up as you guys approach. You maybe hang back a little bit because natural 20, you're gonna, whoa, this is something. You've never been here before. Amnavar walks all the way up, but more so kind of floats, glides up. Doesn't even look like she's bending knees or taking steps. But she gets up there, and he raises his head, and they begin to speak to one another. You're too far away to hear this. Also, there's a noise. It's just like this whooshing of wind, just this constant. It grows and then levies. That's not it. Rises and lowers, and that's kind
Ebbs
of
and flows.
exactly. It ebbs and flows. That's perfect.
After taking in the glorious scenery, I'll approach them.
Okay. As you approach, they seem to have finished a few words of conversation, and he looks up and he puts down a staff and he tries to stand up. He puts all his weight into it, but you see he can't even lift himself out of his chair.
Please, stay seated. It's fine.
Nods, and you can see he's heavy of breath, and every now and then one of his fingers will twerk, and one of those beams of light will come out of his finger and just disperse into the darkness. It happens quite often throughout any small amounts of conversation. It seems to be, with that natural 20, it seems to be like he's a conduit for whatever is happening above, whatever energy is being drawn. And he says, "Your son is changing. He is taking his mantle of godhood. This is meant to be."
So he's gonna be okay.
I don't know.
Don't know.
As
What do
a
you mean you
go-
don't know?
As okay as you or your friends or anybody can be. I cannot tell the future. All I can do is
All you can do is meow.
sometimes it feels like that. All I can do is do this. Not for much longer. I will need your assistance in the days to come.
Of course, but what happens when my assistance is no longer needed?
He says, that is not for me to say.
How long will this change take?
Breathes in and breathes out. He says, I don't know. Could take
6 days, 3 hours, 2 minutes.
could take weeks, days, depending how strong you will become. You can see a burst of energy just kind of release from his body in a wave.
Will he still be him?
Kind of shakes his head and his head bobs, and then Amnavar steps in and she says, I got the elven words written on the back here. She says, Emil, which is a more, roughly translated as mother, and Amaya is mommy, so it's 2 different tones. So that's what I just wanted. Yeah, so she says, in kind of a curt tone, she says, Emil, it is time for you to go. Please. She waves her hand again, and over the stairs, a rip in the fabric happens again, and it splits open into that wispiness.
Leave.
Okay.
Go back to.
Go back to Orin, and for days and days you wait. Maybe a fortnight, maybe a little bit longer. But and you're there, kind of holed up in the corner of his room. You got your knitting. You have a small table. You're just kind of sitting there. You have your blanket. You brought your rocking chair in. You hear a noise, a crackling. It's kind of like that, maybe. And you look up, and you can see that the chrysalis is glowing. Just only slightly, but it's growing.
It's time.
Yeah, so you see the chrysalis is glowing and growing brighter and brighter by the moment. And by this time, it's brighter than all the candles that you could fit in that room to light it up. And then you can see from the bottom just this small white crack begin to form up a little bit further, and then it splits into 2, and then into 4, and then into more. And then all the way up it does this, and then the light dies away. And then what's left, as you can see, all the cracks have made little shapes of leaves, little shapes of flowers, and the same leaves and flowers begin to twist and move around, and you can then see him again. He appears to be unchanged from your physical appearance. His eyes are closed, but the leaves continue around, and then they swirl down to the floor, and they begin to swirl up around you, and they land around your neck, and there's this wreath, fairly large wreath that's around your neck. And as you're watching it, his eyes open, and they are no longer of a green, of a grass green, but they're like almost a glowing emerald green. And you can see them; they're just piercing, as they're almost casting light themselves. And then you can see, if you look, roll perception. Nice. You can see as he puts his arms down away from his chest, all the way up the underside of his arms are these green veins, and they also are glowing this bright, iridescent emerald green. And you can feel the air move as he breathes in. The whole room seems to suck the air to the whole room, and he breathes in for, if you could count it off, maybe a whole minute. And then he breathes out again, and it almost pushes you back a little bit, just the deep breath. And he puts out his arms and sprouts butterflies.
Fuck you.
That'd be cool.
No.
He spreads his arms, and you can see all these green veins all over his chest and all the way down. He's naked now. He's definitely male. And
This is getting weird.
then that wreath you can see around your neck, you can feel it kind of tighten. It seems to be shriveling up. The leaves turning brown, and some of them still staying the same color as it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Not tight around your neck anymore, just smaller, and it leaves a braided necklace of green and brown branches and leaves, and there's a few different colors in there from the petals. This is called the Amulet of Life. It has the effects of an amulet of health and the periapt of wound closure.
So sorry, it has the effects of what
Periapt of wound closure,
in the first one?
Amulet of health.
and that's what that is. And at the bottom of it, you can just see this this dried up knot of petals of all different colored leaves, and it just kind of sits there in an orb of even smaller sticks that seem to be woven around. And then he smiles, and then it's like he wasn't even there. He's just gone. There was no ripple, there was no effect. He was just gone. And you can feel this immediate void left in the room. It's dark again, but you touch the amulet around your neck, and it's just something within you, something telling you that this was right, this was meant to happen. But he smiled. He looked even more peaceful than he did before. And then a few more days pass, and then your daughter Amnavir shows up. About 3 days. What would you be at this point 3 days later?
Probably still knitting, let's be real.
Sorry?
Probably still knitting. There's probably not much to do out here.
No, you've knitted many things. Many
It's
things.
been 11 years and probably knit the whole house.
Yep.
Doilies everywhere.
Geillis doesn't
She's
knit
cotton on
doilies.
every corner.
There's a what?
There's cotton on every corner.
So you can feel this coldness again enter around, but still no noise, not even a pin drop, just this coldness approach. You can hear.
My Wednesday Adams ass daughter.
She
I
says,
can't even tell who the favorite was.
Emil, it is time. We need your assistance.
Lay down my knitting needles. Get my ass up out of the rocking chair. Alright. Let's go.
She walks out, and the same thing happens. She waves her hand. You guys walk through the wispy portal, and you're at that same place. But as you look now, you can see that there is no light. There's no light coming down from the orb. And at the top of the stairs in the throne is the same person you would assume, except there's no skin. All it is a skeletal body remaining.
Ugh. Grimace slightly.
Amnavar walks up towards him. You follow?
Why I'm here, even though he looks a little.
You guys get all the way up there, and he tries to get up again, but he doesn't. But Amnavar does help him by his arm and lifts him.
What was an arm?
What was an arm? Yeah, he still seems to be all in one piece, the magical skeleton. So he's able to stand up, and once he is able to stand up, he can somewhat hold himself up on the staff, and he puts 2 hands on the staff, and then he says, and it's this cold, dry voice, and the jaws just, and the voice doesn't go along with it, and maybe you're even hearing it in your head, because the voice is like his younger voice, the one you guys heard a while back, but maybe even younger than that. And he says, I require the assistance of the Mother of Gods.
My best.
Remove the mantle from my back. Place it upon Amnavar's shoulders. Yeah, it's a nice fancy cloak.
Okay.
And I forgot to mention one thing. It's a huge thing. I'll say it now. Also, amongst these stairs, you can see them, the stonework going up, but over the stairs is that cloak. Remember when I told him, when I explained to him before, his cloak would hit the ground and it would just be wisps all over the ground? Well, this is everywhere. From that throne all the way out to as far as you can see. It's just massive, all the way down the stairs, and you can still see the stairs. But you see this, and you see where the mantle is, and it just is this very fine silk mantle. And on the sides it has, on the shoulders it has 3 claws, each of them with rubies, like massive rubies, but shaped into like a fingertip kind of claw. And you know that roll religion.
14.
Okay. Looks pretty scary.
Yeah.
But it seems to be a common common thing that you see, that things are devoted to Keldrin. So that's what you see. You see him bow down his head, the skull kind of move down, all the bones kind of separating his neck.
Very gently lift it off.
As you lift it off, you can see that the bones that are there, just from top to bottom, begin to turn to dust and kind of blow away, and just from the top down.
Back on.
You try, but as you do that, if you did, it would just, the bones would just move like sand out of your way and fall to the ground. The rest of it collapses in on his
Is
rib
his head
cage.
still standing where it was?
Nope, top down.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's skull, face, jaw, then it went down, and all the chest down, and you can just watch it go down all the way down to the ground until he's this pile of bone dust.
Just standing there holding this mantle.
And you can see, as you do that, as he disappears with the dust all the way to the bottom, the mantle closes in around you guys and starts to combine with the bottom and up into it, so it's just hanging to a normal length at this point as the dust completely falls to the ground.
Turn towards my daughter and stick it on her shoulders.
Okay, as you put it on her shoulders, it again grows. But it only grows to a 10-foot area, just around the top. And you can hear her taking this deep, deep breath. Almost the same thing that happened to Orin. And then she breathes out again, and you can feel this even greater stir of wind, as all the light that was kind of, you can only assume, building up as he was in his last hours, swirls through her hands, and she throws them out just like this, and you can see all the light in different spurts shoot out from each fingertip all the way around. And in a color, in that splash of white, yellow, and orange light, we hear a crack of thunder, which is weird, being this far underground in the realm of, in this, got the name of it, Necropolis of Hell. And then you can see beyond, in the darkness, this, you can see these cracks begin to form in the ground. And they seem to be making a geological shape. And these begin to join in the middle, making strange triangles and formations. And then as they go, you can see from your top-down view, you can see symbols pop up and begin to move, and they grow, and they emit this dull green light. Roll perception. You smell the smell as it fills your nostrils. Dank fills this cavern, and you can see one start here, another one in the back, 2 more start over here, and as this dull green light fills that area and dies back down again, you can see about 40 people standing there. And 2 of them walk up. Roll history.
11.
DC 10, good. You recognize them both. You recognize the one from when you guys were at the shears at that large celebration, that woman that came down by the name of Esme, one of Delron's followers, she came down and then did some havoc. You guys saved the day, and she jumped off into oblivion. Off the side, I think. But you recognize her. The other person you kind of recognize next to her is someone maybe you've given up on seeing. Maybe you thought you'd never see again. But you see her now. It's Aurora. She looks to be about the age of 10 or 11.
Did you kill my child 10 years ago?
She appears to be right there.
In hell?
Oh, gee. Roll Arcana.
All right, because this time is different here. Oh, 9. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'll use my dice of inspiration that
Yeah,
George
okay,
gave
there you
me.
Gone already.
Right.
And worse.
Oh God, that's an 8. Can I have
It's-
another one?
It's magical. It's something magic, maybe some sort of spell you're not familiar with, but they got here. And as they move up, you can hear Esme call out, and she says, "Now that your master is gone, we will take command here. This necropolis will be run in the name of Delron." And she begins to cast a spell. You also hear, as she stops talking, the person, Aurora, beside her begins to talk. And she said, "Amia, I'm here." And then the force of all of them begin to run. As they're running, you can see Aurora begin to change. Her skin begin to bubble and quiver. As her face elongates, she gets these yellow colors in her eyes, and they turn into oval shapes. You can see from her back 3 or 4 tentacles with these spiked pods come off the back as her arms and legs turn into this black skin and fur as she begins to gallop on 4 legs. It's a displacer beast. As the other one casts the spell, something happens off in the distance. You can hear behind you the ground burst open as several skeletons and shields and armor and swords burst right out of the ground. And then from above, you can see out of the darkness, you can see these shapes descend. Wraiths begin to descend from the ceiling. And in the back somewhere, you can hear this person kind of clacking their teeth or clacking their mouth as that same lich, that's what I'm looking for, as that same lich that's been around so many times looking for Nani walks into the darkness, out of the darkness.
Thank you for watching the Death Means Dialogue Entertainment Network. This has been The Depths of Felthan, Season 2, Episode 7, A Dark Mantle, Part A.